to debate. Well, with the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI, we are witness to an extraordinary moment in history. But how will subsequent generations judge Benedict's papacy? It may ultimately depend on why he is taking such a move, such a drastic move. And Gary Krupp has a unique understanding. He has a close connection to both Pope Benedict and the Blessed John Paul II. And Gary is Jewish and is the founder and president of the Pave the Way Foundation, an organization devoted to resolve really the controversy surrounding the World War II era.
Pope, well, not just that. We deal with all obstacles between all faiths. But
okay,
particularly that's one.
That was one, but obstacles between all the faiths. So you have a unique position here. You have been knighted by Pope John Paul II as well as Pope Benedict, and you knew Pope Benedict before he became Pope. You knew him as Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger.
Exactly.
What is your sort of take on the situation? What's your reaction?
First of all, when he was first elected to the throne of St. Peter, my wife Meredith and I were really surprised because to know him, he was very, very quiet and very shy and very, very, very loving person. And to be exposed to such a huge change in your life, we were sort of surprised. But he is just an incredible intellect.
Yes. He wouldn't have chosen to be Pope. He's one of those cardinals that would never lobby for the position.
Exactly. In fact, his brother, I know, was not too happy about the fact that he took it because of his health.
Exactly.
Age,
How do you think history will judge him? Because there's been a lot overshadowing his papacy, mainly the sexual abuse crisis, and his sort of cerebral way of dealing with issues.
Well, again, as far as these policies, our foundation works with problems and diplomatic situations with the Vatican, so we stay away from religious situations. But I think that he dealt with the sexual abuse in a very, very direct manner and very quickly, and his statements were very, very, very clear. And I think history is going to show that. I mean, they've changed rules, they've changed laws, they've done everything they can do. They're trying to deal with the victims, they're trying to help this situation, but there are obviously other issues from his papacy which were viewed in a very negative light, which in fact history will show were actually very positive.
For example?
As an example, one thing that I know the Jewish community and a lot of other Catholics and bishops all went crazy when he lifted the ban of excommunication against the Society of Pius X, when in fact most people did not understand the concept of what he did. And lifting the ban of excommunication was simply to allow the Vatican's Holy Office to negotiate with the Society of Pius X, which is a very right-wing group which rejected the declarations of the Second Vatican Council. And so the Pope, in his desire to unify his church, there were almost a million breakaway Catholics in that illicit community that rejected certainly Vatican relations with any outside religion. And I think his attempt to bring them back into the teachings of the church, more or less neutralize them. He said, don't forget, when there were major religious breaks with the Catholic Church, new religions were formed, the Anglican Church, the Lutherans, and so on, and the schism. So I think they learned that lesson, and they wanted to try to bring them back, and they did everything possible. But they did not welcome him back to full communion. They just are negotiating with him to bring them back.
But that's one of the things, though, that could be a problem, and I've seen that with Pope Benedict a lot, is that what he deals with is almost minutiae. It's the fine-tuning of certain things, and the media doesn't quite get it.
They don't get it.
And then they blow it into something different.
Exactly. Not only the media, but there were a lot of Catholics who didn't get it.
Right.
And a lot of priests. In fact, the Pope even commented that a lot of his priests and bishops turned against him because they didn't understand the concept. When that first happened, the first thing I did for Pave the Way Foundation was to call a friend of mine who was a canon law professor in Rome. And I said, David, what exactly does this mean? He just means we can talk to them. They've not been welcomed back to full communion. And so we encouraged changes and statements to be made by the Holy See to clarify this. And they did do that, and it did clarify it. And it took a lot of the sting away.
What else was Pope Benedict able to do for you in the organization?
Well, in our understand that we deal with all faiths, many different. We deal with certainly the Palestinians and Israelis. We deal with the Greek Orthodox Church, all the Orthodox Christians. Many projects in this area, the Anglican Church, and so on. And we identify obstacles and problems. And one major problem, certainly between Jews and Catholics and other religions, was the papacy of Pius XII. Now, understand that because of my position, this was a Vatican state knighthood which I received, made me a member of the papal household. And so I have a certain level of trust. And we decided that we would utilize that to expose as many documents and eyewitness interviews as we possibly could and post them on our website. In addition to that, we made requests, which the Pope personally interceded for, to digitize publications that the Vatican sold or they issued to make it worldwide, available for worldwide learning. One of which was the Acts and Documents of the Holy See during the Second World War. We digitized them, we put them on our website, and the Vatican has it on their website.
Now, for people who don't know too much about Pope Pius XII, he has a very bad reputation.
Well, a bad reputation is only
came later. It was not during the war. In fact, he was almost a saint during the war.
No, actually, certainly every Jewish organization, certainly within the Jewish faith, all of the chief rabbis and everybody adored him. I mean, the praise was incredible. And then we subsequently found out that there was a deal to try to destroy his reputation. That's coming out, and a lot of people think it's a conspiracy theory, but in fact we don't believe so. And it was actually done by the Soviet Union, the disinformation network, to destroy his reputation, especially during the time of the Second Ecumenical Council, where the relationship of the Roman Catholic Church and the Jewish religion was reconciled.
Well, so Pope Benedict has been on the forefront in helping you doing this. So obviously you have a much better understanding of who he is and his legacy.
As the prefect of the Holy Office for 24 years, he guided the Church in the direction of improving Catholic-Jewish relations. So we were very confident that when he was elected that he would continue this path.
Well, this is a wonderful, and Gary Krupp, I want to thank you very much. You're founder of and president of Pave the Way Foundation. You have an op-ed article on our website, Your Holiness Pope Benedict XVI, we will miss you, and obviously, and you very much will. Thank you very much for being here.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lauren.